It is time that we hear from the dignitaries. And to begin with, may I humbly request our guest of honor, Mr. Saurabh Sangla, sir, Chairman, CII Madhya Pradesh, and Executive Director, Signet Group and Adroit Industries India Limited, to share his views with us. Sir, please.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Subir Verma, Director, Institute of Management, Nirma University. Dr. Vaibhav Lavlekarji, Chairman, MBA Program, IPER Group of Institutions. Dr. Amarjeet Khalsa ji, Group Director, IPER Group of Institutions. A very good morning to all the dignitaries present. Before I start, I pray to Almighty that Dr. Subir Verma's mother recovers faster and we can actually have a conversation with him later in August. At the outset, first let me thank IPR Institute for inviting me as guest of honor in today's conference for the showcase of potential of the Indian economy. It has been more than a year and half since the COVID-19 pandemic penetrated the deepest core of human civilization and made us realize the power of Mother Nature. After the first wave, we thought we had gained control of the situation, but the second wave found us wanting for necessities such as oxygen and medical supplies. It might appear that the second wave is on its way out, with daily cases coming down to around 40,000 from the peaks of nearly 4 lakh cases a day, but we cannot afford to repeat the mistakes we did after the first wave and need to ensure that we keep our safeguards and safety measures in place. The impact of pandemic on Indian economy has been largely disruptive. Indian economy contracted by 7.3% in fiscal 2020-2021 due to the spread of the virus and prolonged national lockdown followed by regional lockdowns, with urban economy coming to almost a grinding halt and rural economy moving at a snail's pace. This is the worst performance of the Indian economy in any year since independence. Almost all the sectors have been adversely affected as domestic demand and exports sharply declined, with some notable exceptions. Only agriculture sector observed minimal growth, while manufacturing and services sector have been at the receiving end. Especially manufacturing sector was severely hit as most of the manufacturing industries had to work at a lesser capacity or even shut down, as seen in case of non-essential manufacturing industries. However, recovery is on the cards. With an improvement in the economic scenario, economy has witnessed investments across various sectors. PEVC sector, which is the private equity venture capital markets, recorded investments worth 20 billion US dollars in the first 5 months of 2021. The Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, which is also known as PMI, stood at 50.8, while foreign portfolio investors, FPIs, turned net buyers by investing rupees 12,714 crores in June 2021 itself. All these indicators reflect the sign of good revival. Also, as Dr. Khalsa mentioned, it's just the shifting of the time, shifting of the demand. So the demand still stays and demand is robust and it is growing. And I also agree with Dr. Khalsa that we should start looking at the GST growth. It clearly tells that the Indian economy is not only maturing, but also growing at the same time. So, Dr. Khalsa, I appreciate you bringing out that point and that perspective to look at the economy. In a recently conducted CII CEOs poll of 119 top corporates, CEOs have indicated a swifter economy recovery and vaccination would be the key in mitigating the impact of the second wave. CII has called for ramping up domestic vaccine production to at least 175 crore doses by December 2021, which would help in revival at a faster pace. CII expects GDP to grow at 9.5% in FY22, which would take the GDP at a level that is slightly higher than the pre-COVID levels. Global growth, and macroeconomic stability are expected to support trade and investment flows with accelerated vaccination program further boosting the growth. Reports of renowned think tanks suggest that India is expected to be the third largest consumer economy at its consumption may triple to $4 trillion by 2025 owing to shift in consumer behavior and expenditure pattern. It is evident that the downturn witnessed is fundamentally different from recessions. However, the sudden shrinkage in demand and increased unemployment has altered the business landscape. Businesses are adopting new principles like shift towards localization, cash conservation, supply chain resilience, and innovation in current environment. Furthermore, organizations are being tempted to move away from legacy models of hiring by choosing performance over pedigree. Our growing reliance on collaborative tools and technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud computing will yield new skill sets and roles in the coming years. CI has been working with the industry, government, and stakeholders to create a favorable business environment with employment generation at its core. Several industries across, including CI members, are making proactive efforts to ensure the course curriculum at the educational institutes is in sync with the industry requirements. And I would agree with the research scholars and teachers participating in today's program to explore upon creating, I would urge the research scholars and teachers participating in today's program to explore upon creating certain special programs of short modules to make their students more employable. Let's look at the gifts of opportunities that COVID led to. First wave gave us a push towards digital platforms and various others as well. Our government, our Prime Minister has always been talking about digital India. Top corporate CEOs have also been talking and also been working on it. But today, post COVID 1, we actually could use these platforms. Every single employee, no matter what level he is working at, is using these digital platforms to conduct meetings effectively without spending time to travel from one branch to another or one office to another office, and also meeting the customers virtually. And these meetings are equally productive, and also it is happening more often. Hence, the trade will increase, which we are actually seeing now. And I am certainly sure that this trade will actually grow even faster at even a faster pace. It has made this digitalization, has made all of us learn tricks of doing things online, sharpened our skills even at things like Microsoft Excel and other office platforms, which I feel were not truly explored by employees of several companies. And I urge Dr. Khalsa and Dr. Lavlekar to emphasize on such tools, because I'm sure you know better than me that such tools actually are so strong. And if we teach our students to use such tools effectively in their college education time, they will be actually saving a lot of money as well as time for their future, in their future life, for their corporates, if whether they are self-employed or they are employed for someone. Now let's look at the second wave. The second wave showed immense opportunities in the medical infrastructure, which I mentioned earlier about oxygen, as well as small little equipments like oxygen meters or pulse meters, and other complete ICU facilities. So it is important that we start building our future youth to think about economies of scale, building such important devices at a lower cost, competing with economies like Chinese and others, and make our country truly Atmanirbhar. The second wave, the 2 months of second wave, India witnessed an import of over 1,500 crore rupees of small little medical equipments only from China. other, and in total of about 1900 crore rupees. So you can imagine the outflow going out of Indian economy. So if we focus on such important aspects, we can make our country truly Atmanirbhar. CI is committed to enable aspiring youth to pursue right career choice according to their aptitude, and is working upon empowering them with essential attitude and skill set, and would be happy to explore upon any future collaborations in this regard. With these words, I would like to give an end to my address and again thank IPER Institute for inviting me in today's program. Thank you so much, and I wish all the best.